everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm sorry that there's a giant microphone in the way, and I've tried to hide it so many times in different shots and in putting it different places, but I think I've just reached a point where there is no way around the fact that I use a microphone, and in order for it to pick up my voice, although my voice is obnoxiously loud, I need it to be sitting right in front of my face. Apologies, but from now on, you're probably going to be seeing this guy around in a lot more videos. Unless, you know, one of these days I can actually afford like a proper stand to put him on, but alas. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about healthy habits for writers and what that kind of looks like, because I think it's New Year's, it's January, and around this time we all kind of come up with a lot of different ideas and resolutions, and a lot of those resolutions are to be more fit or to be more healthy or to get in shape. And I think for a lot of us writers and readers, we spend more time hiding from civilization than going out and actually enjoying it and getting exercise in the fresh air. So today I wanted to share with you some tips for making sure you still have a healthy lifestyle, even though you're, you know, a writer. So one of my first tips for being a healthy writer is to buy a couple of weights, and usually these are like $5 or $6 at Target. You just get a couple of 3-pound or 5-pound ones, and you can keep them under your desk if you write at your desk. I keep mine kind of in a little bin next to my couch, and if I'm reading or watching TV or something, I can just pull one out and start lifting it just subtly. It's a little bit of exercise you can do, just to make sure that you're not, you know, being a total couch potato. You're also getting in some exercise, and I think that is a really good tip. And tip number 2 is to make sure you're drinking enough water. I think it's really easy to not drink any water because you just get so focused reading or writing or doing something, and you kind of forget, maybe I should, you know, get up once in a while and get a cup of water. Yeah, you should. I think the thing is like 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. And I think it's important, if you're going to sit down and read and you're going to sit down and write, make sure you have a cup of water or a bottle of water or a glass of water or whatever container you want to use of water sitting somewhere next to you, and making sure that you're not getting dehydrated because you're so focused on the screen or on the page or on whatever it is you're doing. My second tip has to do with snacking. I know that a lot of us are really into snacking, and we have writing snacks or reading snacks, and snacks are great. I love snacks, but I think sometimes we can get a little bit carried away with snacks when we bring over a bag of chips and we think, oh, I'll only eat a couple, and then the next thing you know, the entire party-sized bag of chips is completely gone. It's vanished. So I have 2 tips when it comes to having reading and writing snacks. The first tip is to practice more portion control. If you're gonna bring over a bowl of chips to sit at your desk, you should probably take the time to take them out of the bag and pour a correct portion size or a healthy portion size of whatever snack it is that you want into a bowl or onto a plate, so that you're not, you know, you don't have the temptation to just sit there and mindlessly crunch on things while you're supposed to be working. Because I think a lot of times you can get carried away. You might not even know that you ate the entire bag of chocolates, and then suddenly you reach in for one and you're like, oh, I just ate like 500 M&Ms accidentally. Yeah, you did. So a good tip is to start using portion sizes, pouring them out into a bowl or a plate, and just making sure that you're not, you know, letting yourself overeat. You're not even giving yourself the opportunity to oversnack, but you're also still getting the fun snack that you love. And my second tip related to snacking is to find some healthier snacks to indulge in that aren't always chocolate and chips and junk food. Healthy things like, you know, cheese or meats, or I really like sandwich meat or like lunch meat, and like putting that like with some bread and then just nibbling on it like a sandwich, I guess. That's what that's called, Jenna. Or even vegetables or things that you just, you know, don't really like to eat, but sometimes they're yummy. Like apples, if you dip them in caramel. I wouldn't actually know because I've never had an apple. I'm allergic to fruit. But finding healthier snacks is also a good option if you're going to be snacking as a writer or as a reader. Having healthier snacks is much better for you because they're going to give you more protein, they're going to give you more energy, and then you're not going to be like falling asleep and feeling horrible at the end of the book because the book was great, but you stuffed yourself. So there you go. Another tip I have for developing healthy habits for writers is to find a standing desk. And a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but my husband, it's been on his wish list for forever as a standing desk. But it's a desk that you can also pull up and elevate so that you can stand while you're working instead of just sitting all the time. A lot of times, since we don't have a standing desk, I will take my laptop over and put it on the counter because the counter is high enough to where I can stand and still type comfortably. Because then you're just standing, and standing burns more calories than sitting does. Not that this is about burning calories, but if you're standing, you might be able to stretch more, be a little bit more active. You don't get so caught up on your bed, curled up into a ball. As nice as that sounds, sometimes it's better for you if you take a little walk around your house, do a lap around the kitchen table, and stand up and do some work as well. Another tip that I have for healthy habits for writers and readers is to make sure that you take breaks. It's really easy to get caught up in, but just after this scene, I will take a break. After this chapter, I'll take a break. Once I finish this, I'll take a break. And then you kind of don't take a break. You just binge read or binge write. And then before you know it, the sun has gone down and you're alone in the world. So it's important to make sure that you take breaks, whether you're taking a break to stretch, if you want to go on a walk, or if you just want to take a break just to rest your eyes even, because eye strain is real, and you want to make sure you're protecting your eyes as well. Speaking of eyes, another healthy tip for writers is to invest in some blue light blocking glasses. So these are glasses that some of them have a yellow tint, some of them don't. I read somewhere that if they have a yellow tint, they're probably more powerful, but the proportion of powerful to less powerful isn't really that big, at least from my research that I've done. But they're glasses, like I said, that have a yellow tint, and they block out harmful blue light from computers, laptops, cell phones, stuff like that, that just kind of can make your eyes really sore, can give you a lot of eye strain. And I love these. I use them a lot when I'm editing videos. You can kind of see also, if I hold it like this, the yellow tint that they have. And it just protects your eyes, and that's like something you might want to consider having around on your desk or on your nightstand if you're going to be doing a lot of reading or working on a device, like especially if you have an e-reader or a Kindle. These might be a lifesaver for you. So those are all of the tips I have for becoming a healthy writer or healthy habits for the writer or reader. I think it's really important to make sure that just because you spend your life glued to the screen, that you're also making sure that you're getting out, you're active, you're getting, the amount of exercise and fresh air that your body needs in order to function well. For those of you who did make New Year's resolutions to become more fit and active, but you're not really sure how that fits in with your lifestyle, I hope this video helped for you. Little things like 3-pound weights that you can just kind of sit there while you're holding the book with one hand and then pulling the weight with the other hand. Just little things like that can just make your lifestyle so much more healthy, and drinking enough water as well, especially if you're someone who drinks a lot of coffee. You might need to adjust your coffee to water ratio or soda to water ratio, because it's just the little things like that that can really make the difference in your life. My personal New Year's resolution was, of course, to become more active, because I feel like with each passing year, I get more and more invested into computers and phones, especially now that, I have Instagram and YouTube and a blog, and I do all of these things that I love to do, but I need to make sure that those aren't like my only focus, that I'm also able to get out into the real world, and that I don't forget what sunlight looks like. If you have any tips or habits that you would suggest to make sure that you're still maintaining a healthy lifestyle while enjoying the hobbies of reading and writing that you love, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'm Jenna Van Mourik, a girl who reads, writes, and lives for Jesus. You can find me on Instagram at Jenna Van Mourik, as well as on my blog, where I'm posting new book reviews every Monday for the foreseeable future. That is the commitment I'm making, and you can hold me to that. You can find my blog at www.jennavanmourik.com. Don't forget to go and subscribe, and if you share my blog and you've subscribed to your Instagram stories or Instagram and tag me or mention me in it, I will shout out you in my Instagram stories as well. So go over there, make sure you're all subscribed, because we got to get those numbers up, if you know what I mean, if you saw my last video. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!